This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 672. Why You Need to Accept Your Partner's Needs, by Heather Gray with Gottman.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of ORD. I am Greg Audino, hosting the podcast that covers the many types of relationships in your life. Today, I will be narrating a real heartwarming post on how both you and your partner can get your needs met. Imagine that. Let's have a closer look on why this is a key component of a strong relationship and start optimizing your life. Why You Need to Accept Your Partner's Needs, by Heather Gray with Gottman.com. The first time contempt showed up in my marriage, it was quiet, condescending, and it came from me. I'd made plans with my friends and was calling my husband to wish him a good day when he asked, "When will I hear from you?" That one question rattled every independent bone in my body. What did he mean, when would I hear from you? He was hearing from me now. I was going to be with my friends later. That was the whole point of me calling. I wasn't expecting to talk to him again until the following day. "What do you mean we're not talking until tomorrow?" he asked. "I thought since we aren't seeing each other later, we'd be talking tonight." And that's when I said it. Really? I simply did not understand his notion of checking in, keeping in touch, or staying emotionally connected while apart. I was single for years before meeting him. I wasn't used to staying in touch with someone, and I didn't see that as a reflection of how I felt about him. I could be in love with him and still not need to talk to him multiple times per day. However, that wasn't his style. He needed to connect regularly. Our core needs are non-negotiable. Successful relationships come down to basic questions about our core needs. What do I need in a relationship in order to feel loved, happy, fulfilled, and secure? What do you need in a relationship to feel the same? Are you willing to meet my needs in this relationship? Am I willing to meet yours? If our partners are unwilling to meet our needs, the relationship cannot thrive. If we are unwilling to meet our partner's needs, the outcome remains the same. It didn't matter whether or not my husband's need for regular connection challenged my sense of independence. It didn't matter whether or not I believed it to be a worthwhile need. It only mattered whether or not I was willing to give him what he needed. If his needs challenged my own, if I couldn't give him what he needed, or if I simply didn't want to give him what he needed, I needed to take the door. I loved him more than I cared about having to check in. At the end of the day, I loved him more than I was challenged by regular connection. I was willing to meet his need in order for our relationship to succeed. How our needs get met is negotiable. When I met my husband and we were first working this stuff out, I was working a crazy job with crazy hours. I couldn't guarantee much in terms of regular or consistent contact. However, I was able to say, "I love you. You are important to me. I understand you hate feeling like my busy schedule keeps me from thinking of you. I don't want you to feel that way. I'm going to keep in touch, and I need you to understand there's no way I can promise when, for how long, or how often I'll be able to do so." Here is the recipe for success. Communicate that you understand your partner's need and why it's important to them. Reiterate why tending to this is important to you. Be clear on your own boundaries and limits in meeting the need. Communicate what your partner can expect from you going forward. Check back with your partner that they understand your limits and are okay with them. This is taken from the Gottman Conflict Blueprint for Managing Conflict in Committed Relationships. Lasting relationships require flexibility. Working together to meet each other's needs is a dance that can create a meaningful and lasting relationship. Successful relationships require a solid friendship, so it helps in the beginning when needs can be met consistently to build trust and security between partners. When it comes to meeting needs, communication and compromise are a necessity. While my job is lower key now and less demanding in many ways than when my husband and I first confronted this issue, I still need me time away from my partner. Communication is crucial. "Babe, I know you like keeping in touch. I'm having a just get in my car and drive kind of day. I need to clear my head and unplug from everything and everyone. I'm heading out for a while, but I will call once my head is clear and let you know when I'll be back." Sound good? The key here is to take your partner's needs into account while expressing yours. If you don't communicate this, you run the risk of your partner thinking that you stopped caring, that their needs are only a priority when it's convenient for you, or some other unintended message. Sometimes your needs will conflict with one another, and you're going to have to talk about it, negotiate it, and come to a compromise together. Relationships thrive when needs are met and falter when they're not. That fact, quite simply, is non-negotiable. You just listened to the post titled, Why You Need to Accept Your Partner's Needs by Heather Gray with Gottman.com. When it comes to your relationships, if there's something that's preventing you from finding lasting joy and happiness, BetterHelp Online Counseling offers you a convenient and safe online setting to get help. Their licensed counselors specialize in areas like depression, relationships, family conflicts, grief, and more. And naturally, anything you share is confidential. You can schedule weekly sessions at a time and pace that works for you, and you have your choice of 4 communication modes, including text, chat, video, and phone, so you can contact your counselor in the way that you like best. And if you're unhappy with your counselor, you can request a new counselor at no additional charge as well. Check to see if you qualify for financial aid. BetterHelp is available worldwide with a network of 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists, and while BetterHelp is not a crisis line, you will be able to start communicating with your therapist in less than 24 hours. And best of all, it's a truly affordable option. Optimal Relationships Daily listeners get 10% off their first month with discount code ORD. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/ORD. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor that you will love. That's betterhelp.com/ORD. Thank you to Heather for sharing her insight with us today. Whether or not two partners are inevitably able to meet one another's needs, there's so much power in simply putting forth the effort and communication. Not only does it help both parties feel valued and as though their partner at least wants to make things work, but should the relationship not work out, it prevents both parties from feeling any guilt which could come from wishing they'd been better in the relationship, and that guilt can certainly account for quite a lot of the pain in breakup recovery. So, we are done for now, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow with a post on sticky family situations where your optimal life awaits.